The city of New Orleans may not make it to the end of the year without some kind of loan to help pay its bills. That's the message from the state legislative auditor. Rob Masson reports city leaders plan to meet with the bond commission today, but backed out yesterday.
That's right, John. Council Budget Chair Joe Giarrusso admits that a pathway out of the budget crunch remains a work in progress, but he tells us this afternoon that the city could soon be getting some extra cash. Giarrusso says some of the money is coming from the State Office of Homeland Security as well as the Sewerage and Water Board. $1.2 million next week, another $10 million coming by the end of November. But the state legislative auditor says the city needs to cut programs and staff that were paid for with ARPA funds, which have dried up. City officials say they'll head to Baton Rouge next week to try and help build a consensus for developing a path forward. Giarrusso says he's banking on nearly $70 million in funding, which could roll in by the end of the year. But the budget deficit has been estimated at $160 million.
There's two different GOSEP things. Number one is money that Sewage and Water Board is owed. Sewage and Water Board wrote late yesterday and said about 1.2 million of that should be available to them tomorrow, which hopefully means it will come to the city next week. And then they owe about another $10 million or owed another $10 million by GOSEP for work. And they expect that money to come in before the end of November.
They're going to have to borrow and they're going to have to start downsizing. They've got to downsize the employee count. They may have to eliminate some non-essential programs.
The legislative auditor says the city has been deficit spending for the last 2 years and tough decisions need to be made. He says a rainy day fund needs to be built back up. He says a city the size of New Orleans needs a fund of about $150 million. Right now it's just around $40 million. City council members are not ruling out the possibility of going to the State Bond Commission later this year if anticipated cash flow and austerity measures don't reach projections. Meg?
Thank you, Rob. The NOPD faces